evening, guys. Just bear with me while I'm trying to figure all this out. But we are going to cover the jailhouse calls for Stephan and Stern. Hopefully, you will be able to hear me. I'm trying to multitask this and hope that this works. Because I don't know if it's going to, which will be a real pain in the butt if it doesn't. So just bear with me. Let me know if you can hear me. Hello, Michelle. I'm taking that as a good sign that you are able to hear me. So let's open up the page. Where's my page gone? Sing an amazing song. Looks good on there. Fabulous. Right, I'm going to try and stream this at the same time. Why is this echoey? I don't want to echo. It sounds echoey in my ear, but it might not be echoey over there. Hopefully not. So I'm going to try and play these jailhouse calls, but I'm also going to try and do it over on TikTok as well. But the only problem is I've sussed that the camera was only going to work on one end, and I need the camera on this end. But if they can hear me on TikTok, what I might do is put it in sub, actually, just because it's fucked up. And see what happens when I hit the... Okay. Right, so hopefully you can still hear me over here on the old TikTok. Well, probably your pregnancy, hormones changing your body. It's probably just the most simplest way to explain it to you. So hopefully people can hear me in TikTok on there. I hope they can. Don't know if they can. Fingers crossed that they can. They may not be able to hear me. Can you hear me, Nick, over there? Because I'm trying... I'm hoping so. Because then I can turn it off sub live if people can hear me. Okay, great. Fab. Right. Okay. Oh, my eyes are hurting. I don't know where to go. Right, so I'm just going to get on with these jailhouse calls. I'm not going to do them all in one go, right? Yeah, you can't see me. The camera, I think I'm going to need 2 cameras, which is a ball ache. Oh, how do I get this off sub live now that I've set it for sub live? Will it let me do it? Will it let me do it? Probably not. Not once I'm in. Like, that's my problem to bear. Let me just get these jailhouse calls rolling. So we're going to listen to Stephan Stearns. There's going to be some eye-openers in this, so let's roll.
Solutions. You may begin speaking.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, is this a good time?
Yes. The phone was in the dining room. I was in the office and didn't realize it was ringing. And the second time it rang, I didn't even hear it ringing.
Oh, okay. How's everything going?
Well, good. Everything's fine with us. How about you?
Well, hanging in there so far. Any news or updates on your end?
No.
Okay.
How about yours?
Well, I got a chance to look at the autopsy reports.
And?
Oh.
I can't go into too much detail, but raises a lot of questions.
Okay. Well, you don't need to say any more.
Yeah.
Did you get the books?
No, not yet. Did you get notification of delivery?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I haven't received them yet.
So they arrived in one location. They have to be transported over from that location, which is outside of St. Pete, and then over to Kissimmee.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it goes to Seminole, and then from there it's sent over to you. So,
Yeah, it's
as I
parents.
said, Seminole is over by St. Pete.
Yeah, and who knows how often they pick it up. So,
Yeah.
and then they have to sort it and check it out and then deliver it to people. So I guess we'll give them in a week or so.
If you could Stephan, I found a test set that is a mat, just a roll-up mat, silicone.
I still don't think that'd be allowed.
Yep.
Okay.
Adele, can I turn this off sub only live while I'm live? Just a question.
Well, you can't melt the silicone and do anything, but okay.
No.
Maybe you can swallow it and choke on it or whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about.
Yeah, or jamming into somebody's eye, You gotta think about these things. So last time I talked, you had not found my watch, correct?
Right.
When you went into that box, however, did you see a big plastic purple dragon?
No.
Nope. Big plastic purple dragon?
No.
You were probably
Big
in the wrong box
plastic.
then. You said it was in one of the large boxes at the foot of my bed.
No, doesn't seem a big plastic purple dragon.
Okay, well, in one of those boxes you will find a big plastic purple dragon, and that is one of the popcorn buckets. And that's not the one I'm talking about. That's just to show you that the popcorn buckets look like other things. But in that same box, you'll see a silvery gray-looking sort of box with wheels on the bottom and a brown shoulder strap attached to it. That's the mouse droid. In that should be my watch.
The mouse what?
The mouse what?
Droid. M-O-U-S-E droid.
Okay.
What is a mouse droid?
It's looks like a little, almost like a remote control car from Star Wars. You can Google it and see what it looks like, and then find a thing that looks like that with a brown strap attached to it.
I think we've been through about everything.
All right, purple dragon. All right, cool. Make
Yeah,
a note of that.
the purple dragon is in the mouse droid, but the mouse droid is in the same box as the purple dragon.
I'm glad this guy's got his priorities straight. Honestly, oh, there I am. I've got a little preview of what I look like, innit? And I'm trying to find out where I can turn this sub off. I don't know where to do it. Audio mixer, sound effects, settings. No.
Okay.
You got that?
Well, maybe I'll find a Rolex too, because I still haven't found that.
I never had the Rolex.
Okay.
I really,
Where is that blue and white little ceramic box that you had that you put stuff in?
So this is Stephan Stearns. Stephan Stearns is the man who essayed Maddie Soto for a long period of time, and then he murdered her. And he is coming up for his trial for her essay. He basically filmed himself doing so, and they were able to do a comparison of his manhood in some of the videos that he'd taken. And so his essay charges court's coming up, and then there's the murder. He's the one who's like, oh, I can't have anyone in the courtroom. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Oh, please. So we need to get rid of we need to see justice for Maddie. This has been ongoing since last year. There was a manhunt for, or not a manhunt for her, but well, there was a manhunt looking for her. She went missing. Why does it sound like I've got a wash machine? It might be because I'm not sure. I'm not sure because it shouldn't sound weird. It shouldn't sound weird. This is why we are in sub only. Yeah, it wasn't weird earlier. So there seems to be an issue with running the two screens at once. Damn it. That's a pain. God's sake. I don't know what to do. Well, I'll continue and see if I can figure the sound out while we're playing. It's weird, but I'm in sub only, so it doesn't matter. See, I can't hear.
Would have been in storage somewhere.
Okay, I thought you had it.
Yeah. That would be somewhere in storage. So if you guys cleaned out the storage unit, then you may have come across it already.
Well, listen, we've got a lot of boxes we're still going through, so.
Okay.
And I,
That's fine.
Well, the boxes are we just stuck in the garage. So there's no place to put it.
Well, it'll be in one of those boxes. Okay, Dave. Anyway.
I'll be looking for it, that's for sure.
Yep. And look for that wristwatch inside the mouse joint.
Okay.
It's in the same box as the Purple Dragon.
Okay. Yes, we look.
Yeah, you'll see a whole bunch of other Disney collectibles.
We're having trouble getting any cooperation with the classification people there to get you to sign the POA so we can get the car sold and start a little slush fund here for you for there.
Really?
Yeah.
So they say because of where you're incarcerated that can't be facilitated with bringing a document back and having it signed. So we told your attorneys about it, and we told them that we would overnight the POA. They could take it in, have you sign it, and I would include a self-addressed returned overnight envelope so they could just drop it off and send it to us. So maybe you can have that conversation with them.
Yeah, because bringing me documents to sign has not been a problem before. When the media asked for my consent for interviews, I had officers literally bring me a form and ask me if I wanted to sign it for consent or not. Well, I don't think that's really the issue.
So the media's reached out and tried to schedule interviews with you, and you
3 times.
Yeah.
Did you talk to them?
No, I've declined every time.
Oh, good.
That wouldn't do me any good right now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if you could have that conversation with your attorneys, that would be great.
Yeah, that should be able to be arranged.
We got a new copy of your birth certificate for them.
Okay.
Which I was going to bring over for them so I could overnight that as well. So again, have that conversation that I could overnight the package along with the POA. They could take the POA into you, have you sign it, and then we could, and then I would include a return envelope as well, and they can send it back to us.
Yeah. As far as a birth certificate, I guess you would just have that included with whatever my belongings they took into storage when I was booked.
Say that again?
No, I don't know, this is for something that they're doing. They wanted to get your records from Sarasota Memorial and from Irvine, California for the kidney surgery, and both of those.
He's a sick piece of crap, isn't he?
Because you're an adult, you're no longer a minor. I can't sign for them, but so that's going as well.
You have those documents?
Yes, they're in the.
Oh, okay.
What county was I born in? It was Kane County, right?
Yeah. So we have your birth certificate.
What was the name of the hospital?
I don't know. Is it on the birth certificate?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
I was just wondering if I ever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, Steffi, because you're not leaving anytime soon. I mean, we have to do the whole he's innocent till proven guilty, but I mean, the videos of himself doing the things that he did to Madeline is evidence, isn't it? And partially identified by the mole or whatever it is that he's got the identifying marker on his wiener. And all he's worried about is a few things that he's got in a bit of storage and that kind of thing. Stearns, you're a sick man. And then you're just worried about birth certificate. No one gives a fuck about your birth certificate, mate. You're an idiot. And you're not going to need that birth certificate where you're going for a long time for entertainment and educational and informational purposes only. But you are a waste of space. And sadly, Adele, her mother co-signed this behaviour because she basically allowed them to sleep in a bed together. she encouraged it. She needed her beauty sleep and said, Stearns, take Maddie upstairs. I need my sleep. I've got work and I've had a long day. Feel sorry for me. Oh, woe is me. And they used to sleep in a bed. Now, Maddie didn't have a bedroom of her own. They'd kind of made a bedroom for her, but it was partitioned off in like a main area. But she used to sleep with her mum and him, but she'd often say, can you take her upstairs? Because she would argue that Maddie wouldn't sleep. Maddie was murdered after her 13th birthday. She had a birthday party and then she was murdered. And that POS turned around and said, I took her to school. Evening Wicked. I'm trying to get out of fucking Subonian. I don't know how. Well, I'll figure out a million other things. Oh, hang on. Maybe if I change the sound for the TikTok thing to come through the webcam, maybe that might work. But I don't know how to take the sub note. I don't know how to do it from here. Like, I can't tell. The layout's different in here. I can't do it. Oh. That's the audio mixer, isn't it? Oh, well, I'll just stay here then, because I'm only here doing a little testing. I'll keep messing about with it.
You need to find it for any reason.
Well, Kane County would have it.
Thanks, Michelle.
Okay.
But the hospital doesn't have it. Kane County does it.
Let's see.
Okay. So I'll just contact the court for King County, I guess.
Yeah. So there's like $45 to get this copy of this birth certificate. It doesn't say which hospital.
Okay. At King County.
But it has. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully Memorial Hospital.
Hopefully.
Hopefully he'll get the death penalty as well, so we'll just need his death certificate. He won't need a he won't need a birth certificate anymore. If he gets the DP on his murder charges, death certificate all the way, innit?
Yeah.
What is he or K?
CD.
Okay. Copley Memorial in King County. Okay. Yeah, just if I ever need to get that, and I don't have anyone to rely on, it helps.
We're trying to get a hold of your attorneys that handle the things when you and Joey got run over. But it's changed so much, and the partners are split up, and I think one of them is in California. That would be the one I wanted to talk to, but I called and left him a message, and you guys have returned the call.
Okay.
I think they're trying to take him at this time. This is early on.
So I don't know. We get pushback sometimes when we ask for information, but
No worries.
One of them informed me that she was a criminal attorney, not a civil attorney, and getting a POA done was not part of her business.
That was probably Alicia.
Could have been.
Yeah, she's a no-nonsense type.
Well, if you had your best interest in mind,
let me have a look.
To get it done so that we can keep you funded.
Let me have a look. Where's my settings?
One thing at a time, I guess. So if you guys can find my watch, that will be another step in the right direction. Anything there?
Yeah, there's, okay. I just hope that it's somehow that you can really identify it, because
It does. I love it.
Okay, it's
where's
nice,
that? What's the box of
Okay, we'll leave it on that. We'll just keep it.
Purple Dragon, top of the mountain.
Okay.
Just watch it inside.
Okay.
Okay. What else is with you guys?
Just going to church, doing open houses. We're studying the Book of Romans. I would love for you to read that.
And Lacey's going to have puppies.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss that. I love all those little happy little wagging tails and bright eyes and smell all that puppy breath.
Oh, yes.
Do you know when your court date's going to be yet?
No clue. Might not be for another couple months. It depends if they even need my testimony at all. Which, I mean, you would hope they would, but, I mean, at some point I assume I am going to see the inside of the courtroom.
How's that?
It'd be a pretty strange trial.
There's been no news at all. So
To be honest, I wouldn't even give him that. I'll just let him bloody count down on the wall. Oh, I see what might have happened there then. Okay. Now the thing is, can you still hear me on YouTube? Yeah, I think so. I think we can still be heard on the YouTube streets. So if that noise is gone now on TikTok, I think I've cracked it. Well, apart from the camera. Oh, bollocks. I haven't cracked it. Is that better? Wait, what's going on? I've got some people with sound, some people without. Okay. No, it definitely weren't muted. Let me try this one. Hang on. Can you hear me now? Oh, this is why it's on sub only, right? Because this is embarrassing. Let me just type in the chat. So I think it's coming through two sources. Woohoo! Okay, right, hang on. I think we've cracked it then. So on TikTok, when I'm streaming, I've got to do it through the webcam. When I'm streaming on YouTube as well, I've got to do one in one in the other, it seems. Okay. Now I feel like a professional. I've just got to get the camera working. And then I've got this bagged in the bag. So I'm gonna have, I think I'm gonna have to get another bloody webcam, ain't I? Ugh. I'll deal with that another day. One thing at a time. I'll just get I could try and do it from my phone, but I think that's a bit I mean, I was praying and winging it with just the webcam, but fuck it. We'll see. The only thing is, when I press play, you might not be able to hear the call. Hang on.
So everything's just kind of status quo from where it was last time. Where have you been for the last week?
Couldn't make for a while. Some of the people that work the night shift, as I said, are not as nice to me. So I've been waiting for people who are, and then this place is filthy and unsanitary. And obviously, they don't clean these cells before they bring a new person into it.
Did they move you again?
Yeah, they moved me again as well. So I moved out of the room with the ants, and now I'm back into the room with the ants again too.
Oh, well, familiar friends.
If it works,
Yeah,
they
they
can
just love
have
moving
one
me, especially
ruler.
around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm comfortable and trying to fall asleep. I think they do it just to mess with me, honestly.
So that's all they do to be happy.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be happy though.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh no. Okay, we've gone 2 steps backwards. I don't understand why I can't have the webcam off. That's annoying. Okay, we'll go back to where we were. Can't have everything, can we? But if I put that there, put that there. Can you hear now? Hang on.
People people have survived a lot worse than this, but
Yes.
we'll see what happens, I guess.
But when it's happening,
That's air conditioning, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll got that at least for now. Although one little room they put me in before was tiny and did not have air conditioning, or at least the air was not circulating in there, so it was hot, it was stifling, and it smelled like an old dog kennel. I'm glad they moved me out of that.
Did you got enough bedding to keep warm at night?
Well, I have one mat and one little fan scratchy blanket.
No sheets on the mat, I think?
No pillow, no sheets, nothing.
Okay. Well, it's
Trial
not
and
the
error.
Well, the holiday
Thanks for the bunny and the rose and the heartmeat.
So there's the 1 minute one. God, these 15 minutes go by so fast, just like my break at work. So I'll try to call you back in another 15 minutes to let you know the drill. If you don't hear back from me again, day or two.
Okay.
okay, we love you, honey.
Love you,
All right.
Mama Bear, but I will try to call you back in 15 minutes.
We'll be hovering on the phone.
All right, bye.
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 Oh, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. If you come to watch the car crash behind the scenes.
From
Stephan Stearns.
an inmate at this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Yeah, because he's in
Hey
prison.
there.
These are his jailhouse calls. We're now going into the second one, Ems. The first one, I think I've played this before, but this is when the first one is his parents talking back and forth. He's basically been asking for like his birth certificate, which he's not going to need. I mean, let's face it, you're getting a death certificate. And just his belongings he was talking about. And the mum's just kind of like, the mum's just back and forth, and I think they're placating him. So this is all the earlier calls, and I think these are going to go right through to the ones where he starts saying, because we now know that he said that he found Maddie's body, which we didn't know before, but that's way down the line. So I can't go right back onto it because I'm streaming on multiple pages at the moment. Now, with the audio on the TikTok, hopefully it's not as echoey. I've turned one up, one down, but what I'll do is in the future I'll play it because I'm only testing this on TikTok to see how we're going. I don't know what he wants it for, Ems, because he's not going to need it where he's going. Yeah, he ain't going. He isn't going. He's not going to need that, or his bloody belongings, or his watch. He was asking about his watch and that, and he's not going to need that neither. Did I? I might have done a YouTube video, but these ones are going back from the start to now, so it's probably a good thing because he's going to trial soon. So it's probably a good thing to follow him through from back to now, just to refresh our memories, really. This was last year. It's been over a year now, isn't it? Oh, no, hang on. No. Oh, my God, how long ago? Yeah, it has been over a year. Nope, he's not pleading guilty. Not yet, anyway. Oh, I think it might be because I might have mucked up the times. Yeah, the watch. Maddie was just 13 years old. She was just 13 years old, and she'd just celebrated her 13th birthday. And her mum didn't even go to that. Her mum was working, so it arranged this party around obviously being at work. And they came home and he got her ready for bed and everything. And then she came home because she was working at Disney in one of the hotels. And he'd said that he took her to school and she was already dead. He's rotten. He's rotten. He's arguing the toss. He's arguing the toss with the courts about having, and I'm gonna have to keep checking because they held a hearing about him not having the public in the courtroom, or the cameras in the courtroom, and the judges took that away to go and pend on that and think about it. So yeah. How's the sound on the TikTok? Is it still washing machine, live longer with cargo? This is why I did it on sub only, because I'm just testing it really to see if I can do, how I can manage both. Currently I can't have a camera, but maybe once I've got my camera, another camera going or whatever, it will have a mic. I have to get one with a mic in it and it will sort the problem out. Obviously it's like throwing me around. You can't hear me on YouTube. Oh my god. Why can you not hear me on YouTube? Can we be here? Can we, like, you should be able to hear me. Okay. Well, we might have to put up with washing machines over here while I turn that on. You might have to turn your volume up a little bit as well. And then I'll figure this stuff out later. So it might be a little bit wash machiney, but it's okay because we're on sub only. And no one else will know. Only you lot watching this car crash of me trying to do this. Oh. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm over on YouTube at the moment. I'm trying to work out how I can do both at the same time on here and there for the YouTubers and the TikTokers who don't cross over the paths. Yeah, that's my new theme, and I should probably get advertising for that. Washing machines live longer with Calcom. I'm trying to stream it from both, Donna. I'm trying to be a smart ass, trying to see how this works. And we've just been having some audio issues, but we're getting there. But because I started it on sub only, I don't think I can take it off. I don't think I've got the skills set for that tonight. So I think next time I'm just going to have to be brave and just go for it. The only thing is I don't have a camera on TikTok, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, you won't be able to see the screen though, Ems. This is allowing me to screen share. That's the difference. It allows me to screen share like this. Yeah, I think I'm going to need two. Well, I definitely need two separate cameras, which will give me an audio. But it's okay. That's why we're here in sub only, so that no one else can see the muck up.
Hey.
Hey, the guard just let me know that she's going to need the phone back in about 5 minutes. I think someone else wants to make a call.
Okay.
So this will have to be brief. It's probably the last one of the night, but I'll push it till she needs it back.
All right. Well, better than nothing.
Yep. Well, anyway.
Call back was long.
What's that?
The waiting for you to call back seemed like forever.
Totally.
Then it just goes by quickly and off.
Yep. Same for me. Time creeps by when I'm waiting to call back, and just flies by real quickly when we're talking.
It might move again.
The breaks at work, 15 minutes is never quite as long as you think it is.
Yeah.
Let me just check.
But,
hey, how's your eyes? Do you need reading glasses?
If I did, I don't know what kind I would need. For now, they serve their purpose, but even my attorneys noticed at some point that I did seem like I had to kind of squint to look when I was reading.
Okay.
I think it just depends on how tired I am, how strained my eyes are, all that. But yeah.
What, do they have provisions there to provide reading glasses, or what? Or can you have reading glasses?
You can get reading glasses off the commissary, actually.
Oh. Yeah. Why don't you check into that and see which ones work for you? And I guess that's the only place you can get them, right?
Yeah, probably. But that would be a matter of trial and error because they have like 3 or 4 different magnifications. I think I have no idea which I would need.
Well, try 150, 1.50, and then go to 175, and we'll see which works.
Yeah, I guess I could.
I mean, can you try them on?
I think you have to buy them. I don't think you get to try them. There's no way to make the order and pay for it and then like send it back.
Well, what if they don't work? Can you send them back?
You can't.
I don't know how that works. I could ask somebody, but I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll find out. How much are they?
Like $3 or something like that.
$3?
Something like that. I'm not sure.
What are they, like paper 3D glasses?
They're plastic.
Well, yeah, well, I'm just being facetious.
Yeah, I think it could be more. They might be $4, $5, or $6, something like that. I don't know.
You don't need to see anything, Sternsy.
Yeah, could be even $12. I don't remember.
Just the
I
wall.
don't remember how much the price was.
Yeah, okay.
So you deserve, innit, you
How you
monster.
doing with your stuff that you got from the commissary? You have enough to
Well, he's sassy.
Yeah, I've got enough coffee, hard candies, and saltine crackers to last me through the end of the month here.
Well, that's a couple more days.
Yeah, the other snacks kind of went faster than I expected them to, so I think from now on I'm just going to stick to coffee, hard candies, and saltine crackers.
Ginger!
Yeah, well, once you get your books, you'll have something to occupy your time.
Yeah. Hard candies, saltines, and coffee, those seem to give me the best bang for my.
Okay, all right.
Chips and things like that, the pickles and all that, it just doesn't last the way you want it to.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard to have just one per day,
Yeah.
Especially with the meals like they are, and you never feel full after a meal, so you always feel like in your stomach, especially after dinner, because that's around 6 or 7, and then there's nothing else until like 6 in the morning.
Oh, poor baby.
So, and you know me, I'm
Well, you've had a lifetime of snacking all night long.
Yeah, well, plus my metabolism doesn't help.
He's never shown any remorse. In that police car, he never showed any remorse. He was just talking about how fucking cold he was, bastard.
Yeah. So.
See, what's really killing me though is my back and my hips.
I think this is really early on, and I think some of these, I think they've been trying to just placate him, to perhaps maybe get information from him. I don't know. Because if he was my son, I certainly wouldn't talk to him. I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even be able to placate him. However, I have since heard part of an interview with his mother and father, and they're still like they would have contact with him, but they've not been allowed to have contact with him. And I wonder what that is about, because they're saying obviously it's not their fault, he did what he did, and this, that, and the other. But I just do not know. It's a bit like the Wattses, isn't it, with Chris Watts' mother. I mean, the sun shone out of his backside, and she absolutely, does not believe that he did this, and she victim blames Shanann Watts all the time. Yeah, it's her birthday. Yeah. It's really sad. This was one of the horrible cases. It was going on around the time of a couple of other cases as well. It was a whole lot of stuff.
You bed?
Yeah, the quote unquote bed.
I'll tell him, Donna.
Your bones and trachea are underneath, so it hurts Jackson, and your knees are resting against each other, and it's tough.
Yeah.
And the lights are on. In these pods at Suicide Watch and Medical, the lights are always on overhead, and so they're real bright. So you try to find a way to block it out, and any way you lay is just terrible.
Yeah.
You get all the debris from the floor that ends up on your mat and your blanket, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Just really keep hoping that something's going to break in my favor with this trial.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I have to have hope about something. I have to maintain some sort of hope, otherwise I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Always giving my guardian angel one.
Well, you've been there. You've been there for what, 3 months now?
Yeah, at the end of this month it'll be 3 months.
3 months. So.
Well, like I said, the whole process could take 2 or 3 years before it's concluded. So, and I've already been told that if the prosecution is smart, that they'll drag it out as long as they can.
Yeah.
So, what's going to happen? So, just keep keep hoping we can find something.
Well, you know, as soon as you get the reading material and we know how to ride safely, then we can arrange for other stuff.
Yep. Yeah, just having my own little mini library with stuff that I like to read. It's just what, you know.
So when they move you from cell to cell, how do you move your stuff around?
I toss it all in my blanket, close my blanket up, fold my blanket up into my mat, and then push it.
Oh, they move you, blanket, and mat.
Yep. They'll move me with the mat, but if they don't, I'll take my blanket and everything and just hope that they clean the mat in the new cell well enough, which last time they did not.
Yeah. Right.
I found a whole wad of shit underneath at one time.
Yeah, so you get to, well, you should, you know, maybe you can't complain to management.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to include it in my Yelp review.
Yeah.
1 star, accommodations suck. Food terrible.
Yeah. Well, the idea is not to be there, but that's, thanks for that.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know,
Testing
Stephan,
times,
I could
Angel.
never have imagined that we would all be in this situation. I just can't, just couldn't. There's no way I could have ever even
I'm getting there.
visualize this. It's just awful.
Yeah, me either, to be honest.
Well, I mean, things kind of went sideways, whatever happened with, so you knew that was going to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, well, never in a million years that she would not be around anymore, so.
Yeah.
Liar.
Once that went
Absolute
sideways,
liar.
whatever happened, you know, that was all she wrote.
Yeah, well, you know, I handle a lot of things.
Liar.
What's that?
I said, Bill has not been heard from except for an interview she did with a newspaper where she told everybody that did sleep with you guys, and she said to sleep with you in the other room.
Or figure out my mind around my head around the fact that, you know, doesn't get to live anymore. There were a lot of things that I wanted to see for her, you know. She had another year or so before high school. You know, learning how to drive, figuring out what she wanted to do with her life.
You killed her.
I was excited to see where she was going, you know. I was really impressed with the person that she was finally growing into.
Well, got a whole lot to talk about, a lot to own up to.
Well, again, I know you can't talk about this, but from, it's like, it almost sounds like you didn't know she had, something had happened to her.
Well, I discovered her in the state that she was in after everything was said and done. So, I mean, obviously I can't get into detail, but no, I was not aware that she had passed on. As you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I was not in the room the whole time. I mean, it's not like you know, you just suddenly feel someone's ghost pass away from them. You know, it's a discovery. And
So she wasn't even in the same room with you?
Audrey Cunningham, you're talking about.
The room that I started in, but you know, I'm up and down throughout the night. And I tend to wander around the house and fiddle around on my phone and step out front and feel the nice cool night air and all that. So I was gone from the room.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, obviously,
Except when you're trying to learn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't discover what had happened until just around dawn.
Okay. Interesting.
Because I discovered that she was ice cold.
Well, all I can say, Stephan, is that my heart breaks for you because I know that's something that you never would have done, never would have wanted to have done to her, and
Right.
neither would we.
Right.
They've got to be placating that
I'm angry on
bastard.
the fact that it happened, and I'm angry that you got dragged into it by them. So I'm just angry.
Was there anybody else at the townhome that was not a regular person?
No, which is why I keep saying I'm not sure that there's any one person, honestly, to blame. But they're certainly trying to blame me. And according to the autopsy report, like I said, raises a lot more questions, but they seem to be settling trying to make it homicide.
Well,
Something to do with losing her throat, but take that to what you will.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
But you know, I've never done anything like that.
No. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sad
there was something
he
that cried
is.
when I asked you to suspect a little bird that broke its neck or something was flopping around.
Yeah, you know, some person that cares about people, cries at movies.
Yes, I know.
And there was always, and then there was Skippy.
Skippy, yeah. Rue,
Jaybird.
Jaybird, yeah, I remember them all. Burying them was very hard for me.
Yeah.
And,
All I know, Stephan, is when I look at a picture of you and I look into your eyes, I don't see a monster there. I don't see a bad person there. I see my son, who I love. That never will change.
Are you high? Are you saying that if, I mean, all right, you might be in a bit of denial because your son is being accused of murder and SA, etc. But are you high right now? I'm on a high right now. I can't see you've done anything wrong. Or are you actually just placating this man? Because are you saying that at this point in time you don't believe that, you know, oh my God, like you've been arrested, oh, you must be innocent, you couldn't have done it. But if that changes and he is actually guilty, are you saying that are you saying that you would still love him? Bollocks. Only a mother like that. Only right now. Yeah, that came out, that happened.
well, thank you, and I know that I'm not a bad person or an evil person or a monster.
No. But you do need to dive into the Bible.
You were
and
expecting it,
study
Donna.
because you need grace. You need God on your side as a warrior on your side.
I keep asking him to help me for this somehow. I know that I'm...
And you still don't have a Bible?
I have a Bible. I have a King James version.
Okay. Well, we're looking into getting your large print Bible. So I want to make sure that this delivers to you, and then I can order one from the publisher and get it to you at large print, so you won't be glad.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it does. We have no idea how often they pick it up or how long it'll take to get here and get forwarded and get delivered, if it does at all. But I haven't received any written notification of anything being returned yet. So.
Okay.
Concerns me that they talk like this and they don't know they done
it. Just make sure that we're timing this right. So the Bible will occupy the majority of your time.
Yeah, but keep praying to God for help, for some kind of miracle. I mean, I know I've probably burned up my divine credit as far as miracles go, with my guardian angel and God working in overtime to keep me alive as long as they have.
You don't have a guardian
I keep
angel.
hoping for one more big miracle, one big salvation, and
Have you got some way to keep a journal of notes that you would take from reading the Bible?
I don't know.
I
What's
can get a
his
pad of paper
mother?
off the commissary.
She hasn't.
And I can get more pens and stuff too. I think my commissary is about negative $10 by this point. But I know I can get a pad of white ruled paper off there.
So do I need to replenish the commissary yet, or wait?
If you want to, yes. But I'm not going to use it on snacks, just on essentials for now.
All right, how much do I need to put in?
$50.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be dropped out of 40 like immediately.
Okay. All right.
I'm about to get
Well,
cut
we're
off.
just about out of time.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I love you both.
Love you. All right.
Sorry.
I can't believe that they even that one. I don't think that's true. I can't.
You have a call at no expense to you from
Stephan Stearns.
Stephan! Osceola County Corrections Department. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking.
Hey, is this a good time?
Hold on. Yeah, I was on the phone with somebody
You
else.
mean the
and
dogs?
The person who called in and inadvertently hit the wrong button. Hang on, I'll put you on speaker.
Oh, it's so annoying that I
Hang
can't
on.
turn it off. So annoying. So annoying.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
As well.
He's always in the well.
Yeah.
He's in a big room.
Yep, very echoey. Oh,
Did you get any of the books we sent yet?
Because that's how I put them.
Okay.
but I don't have any notification of anything being sent back either.
The only way you'd be able to do that is if I showed you my studio, but I don't think you can see the comments.
Take me down a step in custody level. So I'm going to
Might
take
be
it
able
up
to
not
pin
to
one
status.
for you.
As soon as the space opens up in one of the regular isolation cells, I'm going to move to one of those.
Does that mean that we can get a document to you and we can get it signed now?
Possibly. She said they won't put any restrictions on me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And when's that supposed to happen?
What's that?
When is that supposed to happen?
Whenever a space opens up in one of those cells.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's
So,
only one
okay.
space. This is very crowded. You know, there's over 2,000 inmates.
All right. And you'll still be in kind of isolated protection?
Yep, I'll still be in protective custody. I'll still be by myself. I just won't be under self-harm
All
watch.
by myself.
Oh, okay.
I
All
want
right.
to
I won't
be.
be in any self-harm calls.
Okay.
So, that's,
All right. Well, I guess that's better accommodations. You'll have concierge services?
not likely, but, you know, I might actually have a rack to put my mat on, so I'm not going to be on the floor. Maybe I'll have, you know, a seat and a table. You know, who knows? I won't be surrounded by crazies all the time.
Okay.
Relatively. So
All right.
that should be in 3 minutes at least.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep. Any other news or updates on your end?
No. Everything's still status quo. Somebody sent us a link to a YouTube video that, I mean, these amateur sleuths, just are relentless. I mean, they just go down any and every, path they can go. And so this link to this YouTube video, it had, tracked all your internet activity and all the sites that you had joined.
It's not meant to be bloody Disney, mate.
Some of the offbeat websites. So I'm sure you know what I'm referring to without me having to name them.
Okay.
So I'm just telling you that all that shit exists out there. And, oh, by the way, you know, I sped through this 2-hour YouTube video, and your former roommates at the townhome that you rented have ratted you out in ways, and fabricated stories about a shared network drive and video that had been recorded, and supposedly approached your mother about them, threatening to disclose you in these videos, and that we paid them off, which was total bullshit. We've never heard about this until these videos, and these asshole friends of yours have managed to get themselves on these YouTube channels and disclose all sorts of shit. Because I can tell you this: if any one of them, and we know who we're talking about, had come to us with that, we would have told them, feel free to do whatever you want. We're not paying you jack shit. If somebody had done something, I suggest you pursue it with them or the authorities, but don't bring this up to our attention ever again. I can assure you that we would not have paid off anybody. It wouldn't have been our problem, and we would have paid for it, period.
So my former roommates are trying to blackmail you into paying them off?
No, they're claiming that they had supposedly come to us and blackmailed us, and that we paid them money, which they've described it in 2 events, one at a restaurant, and then your mother supposedly showing up at the townhome with a manila envelope. And you and I know, and we all know, that is bullshit.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, didn't exist, never did it.
Yeah, it never happened.
And if they had done that, I would have said, go ahead and do whatever you want. You're not getting a penny from me. It's not my problem, so don't even come to me with it.
Hey.
Are they aware that blackmail and coercion is also illegal?
Well, it's kind of a moot point when you're looking at the number of years ago this was. And right now, it's their word, it's hearsay, but I'm just telling you what these amateur sleuths are repeating. Matter of fact, they even said that we owned the townhome, which we didn't.
We've been living in $1 million homes, and you were spoiled rotten kid because of it. And I'm thinking, we've never been in $1 million home.
But anyway, I'm just telling you the bullshit that goes on out there, which is why I don't pay attention to these YouTube videos. But I'm just telling you, your former roommates have, done a nice job of sabotaging or discrediting your character, what have you. So everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, throwing you under the bus and what have you. But I'm just relating this story of that's been repeated a few times, and that they came to us and we pleaded with them not to disclose it, and we paid them off, which is just absolute bullshit.
You should be very careful about that because they're seriously opening themselves up to a lawsuit for defamation.
Well, you know, it takes money to sue somebody, and you have to prove it. And so no one's going to take a case like that pro bono, and it's not worth chasing. And you have to prove damages, and we haven't suffered any damages. But I'm just telling you the bullshit that's floating out there.
That's crazy.
Yep. But anyway, you know,
I clicked things, didn't I?
Done their search, and they've discovered some of these websites that you've subscribed to, participated in, or what have you. So I'm just giving you a heads up that they are leaving no stone unturned as they go down a rat hole chasing this shit.
Man.
Crazy.
Yep.
None of it trying to figure out why they did it because we can't figure out why they did it except
Who did it?
the roommate.
Okay. All right, we moved on past that.
But the thing is that these YouTube sites give people a chance to talk with complete immunity because they never check them, they never fact check them, they don't care about the facts, they just care about getting people to click on and pay them money for the YouTube site. So,
and supposedly these hosts of these YouTube channels pay these people to provide this information as well. So whatever that's worth.
and some roommate is
No, they just get a FOIA request, mate, and that's what happens there, and then the information is there.
Interview
They might have to pay for it.
Former roommate of
Some of them club in.
that both you and were grossly overweight, and you both had that what?
gastric
Gastric. I mean, I'm just telling you, this shit is just what? I don't. They didn't disclose her name, okay? But you know, to say that you had gastric bypass, which you've never had, and that you were grossly overweight, which you never were. Again, is the bullshit that's just floating out there on these YouTube channels. Yeah.
It's not a big deal these days.
I understand. But they're saying that you had it, you know?
And they say that refused to take her bipolar meds, which she was very forgetful, you know, and didn't do a lot. But they were saying that it was not ADHD, but they thought she was autistic. And like going, no, she wasn't.
Well,
She was autistic.
it was a question mark. Now you had one.
Yeah, that's his mother.
Possibly on the spectrum, another saying, no, it doesn't seem like it. She's just ADHD. And other doctors didn't know.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a three-ring circus out there with these YouTube channels, which is why I don't watch them. Your mother doesn't watch them, but every now and then somebody sends us a link to something. And like I said, I sped viewed it and, you know, came away with a little bit of information and a lot of bad information, misinformation, inaccurate information, but it is what it is. And so I'm not going to bother with it. You know, you have to consider the source and the validity of it, and everybody's highly speculative about whatever they come across, and then they try to make something monumental out of it that doesn't exist, you know.
I don't know how they can even find germs that have to listen to some of this crap.
Yeah.
They can't. Yeah, they might have to shop it out to a different venue, but even at that point, I think it's going to be hard to find anyone who hasn't heard of them movies.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, and the minute they do hear about it, they're going to go in, and even though they're not supposed to, they're going to go in and check the internet, and they're going to see these things, they're going to believe this stuff, because they don't know the difference between truth and non-truth.
Fact and fiction.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, you know, if I go in and say, you know, you people are idiots. You know this never happened, and I can't do that, because it won't do good.
You don't want to engage with it.
No, don't want to give them. They're not worthy of the merit of any comments, and they can just enjoy themselves. And then when the truth comes out, then you know they'll have to do a lot of backtracking. Yeah, right. Okay, sure. But anyway,
I will tell you this, Stephan. You know that we're saved people. You know that we're Christians, and you know that these people came to us many times for help in their living situations. And you know that we helped all of them. I don't understand why these kids think it's so wonderful to jump on this bandwagon and crucify us when we were there for them when they needed us. I don't understand that.
Well, it's because we have fallings out for various reasons, and they can't resist the temptation to kick me while I'm down because they think they can do it with impunity.
Absolutely.
They didn't have the balls to do it.
what's that?
So they didn't have the balls to do it when it was free.
Yeah.
You know, jealous. You know who was always the one with the little, very, very something on his back, the mouse. He was always so jealous of you. He's so jealous of you. And
It's like at every turn. I mean, if you remember when I was working Quiznos, I was in lines for management, so he started working there. Then suddenly everyone's attitude sort of changed. He became a manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's
And there were people in our friends group who, for some reason, were under the impression that I was a complete moron.
well, they should check your IQ score.
Well, I know he was backstabbing and trying to put himself above me at every opportunity. Found out a while after he was even stealing my possessions and selling them.
Like what?
Airsoft guns. I mean, my street board went missing. A lot of my Pokemon cards went missing. There's a one.
What are you talking about when you guys were released? He was stealing your stuff and selling it?
Yep.
Oh, no surprise.
No,
I believe that.
he needed to support his lifestyle somehow and did the same thing with his parents' crap too. So.
What do I even do with like?
I know he settled his dad's pills.
Yeah, he was a first-class citizen. We all know that. Which is why he got kicked out of his house.
Yep. And anyway, I'm going to call you back in 15 minutes if I can because we got the 1 minute thing.
All right, later.
All right, bye.
The time.
Could you imagine being so full of self-importance that you think people
Hello, you have a call
friggin'
at no expense to you from
jealous?
an inmate at
Osceola County Corrections.
this
Why
call
is
will
this
be
not
recorded and subject to
letting me
monitoring
do this?
at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back.
Yay.
So, spent the last 15 minutes thinking about these yahoos.
They aren't worth the time.
Can't believe that. It's
That's true.
all of them that they would try to do this for him.
You know, these are the same ones that came to you for help and were always saying what a good friend you were, and you would keep all their secrets for them and stuff. But yet they don't have any secrets of you. You know,
Bollocks.
it's a sad situation when people are that desperate for attention.
Yep.
Especially when Sir Lancelot was the one going to community college to learn how to be a computer programmer, and he's the only one who could have set up a network if there ever was one. So forget that. That's bullshit.
I'm
You
sure.
know, he did it if anybody did it.
Paid for information and decided he would make some stuff up and get paid on my account.
Yep.
Whoever paid him ought to get a refund.
I think she is as well now.
They don't care. Do you know how much money they made off of it? To have all this purulent information on you, to have people click on. These people are vultures. They're worse than that.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Wait till you get
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, Miss Stearns. You and your husband took yourself to Hidden True Crime and done a whole podcast, I think, in order to get some fucking sympathy or something from, I don't know, the audience to put out your story. And you'd been speaking backwards and forwards to them because you said it in the video. I heard it because I've partially listened to it. And now you're saying that people on YouTube are vultures, but you went on as an exclusive to Hidden True Crime on YouTube, a YouTube channel. Make that make sense, guys, because I'm sorry, but your son is wanted for various things, right? And he's been arrested. He's been charged. He's going to court. People are going to talk about it. So fuck off. But you can't go around saying these people are vultures and this, that, and the other. And then you find yourself probably been paid to go on that YouTube channel as well. Because you know that YouTube channel will have made a shit ton of money out of your interview. Because people want to see it, right? And yet you've got the cheek to say people are vultures on TikTok, YouTube and that, and social media, but you've gone and put yourself on social media as guests on a YouTube channel. Make that make sense, Stearns, Mr. Stearns? I hope you are just placating him. Oh, dear me.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
You know, I'm hanging in here. Keep it up as best as I can. Did a little bit of exercise today.
Good.
Push-ups, crunches, squats, leg lifts, whatever.
Whatever you can do.
Well, see if you can ask somebody about the book order and see, I don't know how long it takes to have these items delivered, but I don't know. We haven't gotten any indications that they've been returned, so they're in the system, so I don't know how long it takes for you to get them.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any indication that they've been returned either, so still waiting to hear on that. But, been praying a lot.
Good.
Hi, Jen.
He hears you.
We're just having a little test.
We've been praying for deliverance as well, but I don't know.
Yeah. Proverbs tells you how to live. Romans tells you how God forgives. So those are the two I would look at.
I'm praying to Him to deliver me from all this and give me a chance to get my life back on track. But there might be some kind of slim chance that I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx anything or get anybody's hopes up.
You are a sub. I was
gonna try.
I'm just literally messing about behind the scenes, not actually on a sub only live really, and I can't turn the fucker off now. I'm stuck with it until I end this live. But I was just on here figuring out streaming in 2 places at once and this thing, so I can see how it all works and how it's working and audio and stuff, so that I don't really need the whole world to see it, but we kind of got into a place where we're reasonably okay, and now I can't turn it off. If you go to Hidden True Crime, it's on there. Literally, it was released the other day. And I've just paused it on that moment because I'm just like, you're full of bollocks because you went on to a YouTube channel. You're just sitting here saying all that, and you've been on a YouTube channel and you've been given a very lengthy exclusive interview because you've been chatting to Hidden True Crime, who will be monetized, and no doubt you've been monetized. TikTok's being a Blair Witch. Hey, I've been doing all sorts of things behind here, muting, pausing, can't hear me, can hear me, don't worry about it. It's just part of trying to figure this out and seeing how this whole thing works, really. And as you can see, if I'm not careful, you're going to end up watching the Teletubbies, and we don't want that.
Worth a try anyway.
Well, they need to get her out of the hospital where she can interview by the police. They need to move all her family in, all those bitches. They were sitting there at those grandmother's house calling 911 and being like 911 operators. They already knew what happened. They all knew. And none of them were acting scared. None of them were acting concerned. They were talking like we're talking now. Like there wasn't really anything big going on.
Well, I wouldn't get carried away with any conspiracy theories.
You don't have to be a conspiracy theory to see the writing on the wall.
At any rate, it's probably not going to help me anyway. So.
Well, don't give up anything. Don't give up on anything.
Well, I'm not. I'm holding on to hope until there's nothing left to hold on to.
Well, when you get to the end of the rope, you tie out in it and still hang on.
When I first got here, I was praying to God for strength and serenity, and He's given me that. Especially lately, I've just been overcome by an overwhelming sense of calm and serenity.
Oh, good.
He's working on you. I pray for every day. I pray for Him to put fences of protection around you, and to hear you calling Him.
I have been, and thank Him for granting me that serenity. I've just been thinking about, how He works, how He uses hardship as a vehicle to move you.
Yep.
Yeah, pop up in the box, Jen. Let me see.
Sandwiches, and I started laughing in the kitchen because we were talking about all these people saying stuff, about networks being set up and videos and blackmail and an envelope full of cash. And I'm thinking, damn, they've been watching some movies, haven't they?
I know. I was thinking that too. It's like a bad spy movie.
I know.
If you know the house to pay them off, why would you have bothered putting the cash in the middle of the envelope if you're going to be inside the house?
Who knows? But then the other one is that I went to a restaurant and slid it across the table to him.
I know, like, what is that? Why not both payments at the house? Wouldn't that have made more sense?
Well, none of it makes sense. And I keep telling Chris that
Might take a large sum of cash.
those wants a bubble gum anyway.
It was a terrible.
Hang on, what's it doing? Let me just press. Hello. Oh yeah. Pesci. I've got Jen up in. Yes. Look at this. How are you doing? Where? It's nice here. Yeah, I might have to leave you in charge of that. If you see the people coming up, then you see me struggling, just be like, do you want me to bring them up? Yeah, Jen. She's got the promotion. Oh. No, we'll just. I mean, I think we've figured out how to bring someone up in a box, because it does show me the thing, and then I have to accept it, and then it just obviously does what it needs to do, and then figures its shit out and catches us up. That's all good, isn't it? Oh, Donna says hello. She's on YouTube. She's the boss. She's got the posh British accent. I'm not seeing anyone requesting. Oh. Look at that. Hello. Well, hello. Look at this. Oh, get us over here. Our poor faithless. Oh no. That's not good. Feel better. This worked. This is good. We're getting there. We got this. We got this down. And then, obviously, when it changes the boxes and that, it'll just it flicks about. Oh yeah, I know someone who went through all that. It weren't nice, and then their partner went through it, and then she had to nurse him back to health.
A liar anyway. He lied about big things. He lied about little things. He lied to women all the time. He lied just to, I don't know, make himself seem cooler or maybe gain more acceptance. But he just lied. He's one of those people that lie for no reason. It's like, buddy, you don't have to lie. Like, we already like you. You're already our friend. There's no need to lie or build yourself up, you know?
Because they're a habitual liar, and it's hard when you're a liar to keep the truth straight because you change it every time you tell somebody something.
I don't know. I just used to laugh off and dismiss it.
Yeah, well, it's weird. It's so weird. They're so weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. He was probably counting his money, walking away laughing, saying, "Thank you, Stephan."
Yeah, probably. Just these people have they don't have a moral compass.
Neither do you when you went on your YouTube channel.
They have nothing redeeming about them. I'm sure God can find something, but He's going to have to dig. Well, and I don't think they're looking to Him for anything anyway. So
they definitely didn't have any honor or integrity.
One
of the reasons I ended up cutting them out.
I don't get it.
No.
It just took me too long to do it. You know, back to what I was saying, I was thinking about, how God uses hardship as a vehicle to move people.
Right.
Human nature being what it is, even if we're not where we're supposed to be in life, we'll stay there if we're comfortable enough.
Yeah.
It changes, and so God uses hardship as motivation and a vehicle to move us to where we need to be in life.
You know what He did with me and Binky?
Yeah.
I remember standing in that tractor over his body, flipping God off and telling him how much I hated him, but that was the reason that I got saved. Because I lost Binky.
Well, all this happened, and passed away, and that immediately brought me back to God. That was the first thing I did, was beg God to take me and spare her.
Everybody who loves somebody will do that. So
I haven't stopped praying.
No. If you love somebody, you would rather take their pain than have them have it.
Yeah. I would have died for her. But, I told God, I said, I see what you did. You immediately brought me back to you, and that I had strayed for a long time, and, message received. My eyes are open. I just wish you didn't have such a high price attached to it. And it's just, I don't know.
Sometimes you have to look at why it was taken. And it was her time. God knows what's going to happen to you when you're born. He knows every moment of your life is coming. So.
Yeah, I know He has a plan. And every day I've been reaffirming to myself and reassuring myself that I have to be patient and maintain my faith. And have faith that He has a plan for me, whatever it may be, that will be revealed in time. And that all I have to do is be patient and maintain my faith in Him and trust.
Well, you got to trust Him. You got to maintain your sanity. You got to maintain your cool. And like Xavier told me, when he was in jail, the only thing that saved him was trying to keep a sense of humor about the situation.
Sense of humor? There's a little girl dead, isn't it? Oh, hang on.
Her anymore, to be honest. A very large part of me died when she did.
Well.
I'm not the same person anymore, and I don't think I ever will be. I'm just some wounds that just
poor
don't
little bastard.
Well, I'm assuming that they are treating you for PTSD because you found the body. Not to mention everything else that went along with that.
He found the body.
For anything except my blood pressure.
Well, they need to do the PTSD because you're not sleeping.
Well, it's just, I keep telling myself that I have to maintain my faith. Without faith and trust in God, I have nothing, and therefore I'm
he found the body.
Well, just remember that not everybody knows who God is, and not everybody who's walking around is not a demon.
Body.
Some are demons.
Murdered her.
I keep telling God that I trust you and I have faith in you. Please.
So it sounds like he said that he found the body and probably discarded it because he panicked.
Well, we'd like to see you too. FM.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
How can you say that with the dogs?
What?
Bastard.
I asked asked your mother, I said, how can she say it's been quiet with the dog?
Really carefully, I guess. But,
Well, yeah, I mean, nobody could.
Ramen was a big hit. I used to remember she would have such a mischievous little evil smile on her face when I made a fresh bowl of ramen, and she'd try biting and then steal the rest of the bowl and walk away while staring evil looks and smiles at me.
And I wish this did not happen that way, and I wish a lot of things did not happen the way they happened, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, too.
So I don't understand that. I don't think there's ever anything that anybody could say to me that would make me understand that. So I'm not even going to go further than that into it, but just know that I don't care what you did. There is nothing that would make me hate you. There is nothing that would make me turn my back on you.
Well, I appreciate it, Mom. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, sweetheart.
Just going for business and bringing new snacks and new treats for her to try, or showing her new video games or card games and things like that. I need that.
You got the 1 minute notice.
Yeah, there it is again. Well, I'll try to call back in another 15 minutes, but you know the deal. If you don't hear from me then, I'll call back in another 15 days.
Okay, we'll catch up to you then.
Love you,
All right. Love you too, and I'll try again in 15 minutes, okay?
Okay.
The time is 8:51 p.m.
Right, guys. So I think for now, I will end the live because I'll be back on TikTok in a bit properly. You're just in my normal way, back in my bit in the place for the affected, because I know that the affected really are affected because I'll be in bed by 10 o'clock, and I know that really, really upsets them and it really affects them, and that's where I'll be in a normal position, just on my normal phone, just doing the normal thing for the affected at 10 o'clock ish, and I can smell food, and so I'm probably going to be getting some food in a minute, and then I've got some more boxing up to do, and I've got another video to make. Oh, and by the way, guys, there is a video coming out on my TikTok, and then I'll post it on YouTube. Jeremy Best, the man who murdered his pregnant wife, his 10-month-old baby, has pled guilty. He is going to be sentenced on the 23rd of July. I've done a video. I just haven't posted it yet. I've got a video that I need to do on Mr. Coburger. But Jezza Best, he did this in February, so that might be why I couldn't find anything. So his sentencing is likely to be life in prison without, obviously, the possibility of parole, but he will not get the death penalty for his crimes. So I just wanted to give you that update. And yeah, I posted an update on the old John George case as well, just for you guys. So essentially, basically, he went to court today. He has not argued being extradited into Spain, and he'll be extradited within the next 10 days. And yeah, so the information, so he'll be going, and then he's been remanded in custody. And yeah, so things are rolling out for that way. I don't know whether or not he'll go to trial, whether he's just court. I know the dad has said he's going to trial, but I'll wait until I hear something a bit more official on that. But yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you guys. But yeah, I'll be back on TikTok in a bit, and I'll see you guys soon. Now I've just got to learn how to turn this all off, ain't I? So let me start with TikTok. Bye on TikTok. Love you all. See you soon. That's TikTok. And we'll come over to YouTube. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.